So this is a fairly typical AP type problem where you have to find we're dealing with position, velocity, and acceleration. Okay, so here we says the position is given by the cubic function and describes the position of the object moving as a object as a function of time. Okay, so imagine something moving just kind of in a straight line, going back and forth. Okay, and it's going to have some position on the number line. We'll call that number line P. Okay. So we have here the find P of t and V of t when the acceleration is 0. Okay, so we have to then find the acceleration expression. So the acceleration is going to be the second derivative of P. Okay, so the second derivative of P, we need to first of all find the first derivative. So I'm going to need the second derivative. So find the first derivative, which is equivalent to the velocity function. And that gives us 3t squared minus 12t. Okay, so then we need to go one more, and that will be our acceleration function. So that's going to be our a of t. Okay, which is a derivative of velocity, so we end up with 6t minus 12. So we want to know when the acceleration is equal to 0, so we solve this equation. So we end up with t is equal to 2 seconds. Okay, so then to answer the question then, when acceleration is 0, the time is 2. So the position at time is equal to 2. When I plug it in, I'm going to end up with 8 minus 24 plus 1. It's going to give me a position of negative 16. So it looks like negative 15 is my position. The velocity at that same time, I plug into my velocity function up here. So it's going to be 3 times t squared, so 3 times 4 minus 12 times 2. Okay, so that's going to be 12 minus 24. So the velocity is going to be negative 12 meters per second, or whatever the units are going to be. Okay, so find the position and acceleration. Velocity is 0, so we make our velocity equation, v of t. As long as we're keeping track of these, it makes it easy to do. So we've kept track of them here. So there's our velocity function, 3t squared minus 12t. And I'm going to solve that equation equal to 0. Okay, I can factor and solve that. 3t. So t is equal to 0. And t is equal to 4. Okay, so at t equals 0, t equals 4. Those are my two solutions. So then I need to find p of 0 and p of 4. So p of 0 is equal to 1. Okay, p at time equals 4. When I plug the 4 in, I get 64 minus 6 times 16, that's looks like 96. Just double check that. 6 times 16, 96, yeah. So we get 64 minus 96 is 32 plus 1, sorry, negative 32 plus 1 is negative 31. Okay, so then the acceleration, we need to find acceleration at time is 0. Acceleration at time is 0 is going to be negative 12. Okay, so there's my acceleration function. I'm going to plug it into that. Again, like I said, if I keep track of organize my information, it can find it fairly easily. So a acceleration at time is 4 is going to be equal to 24 minus 12, which is positive 12. Okay,